Okay, we are here with the Garrisons today, and you can see their house in the background. And we have another success story, another home run for family home improvement. We're excited to talk to the Garrisons about their experience. Um, was it was the experience like we said it was going to be? Was the communication really easy?
Everything was beyond that. It was explained thoroughly what the processes were, because I knew there was several steps involved.
Right, right.
And explained it beautifully up front. And the crew, it's so hard to describe because they were just the most efficient gentlemen I've ever met.
When they were done, he says, "I'm going to miss them."
Yeah.
We do. We create these bonds when we're doing the work on people's houses. We're a family-owned and operated company, and that's one of the things that's really important to us is we create we create these relationships, and it really spreads throughout the community and all that stuff, and it really benefits us. It benefits you guys. Obviously you can see the house in the background. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but if you go onto our YouTube channel, I think that they just got this house posted up on the YouTube channel. It is quite an amazing transformation.
It really was.
Right. Now, we did a lot of work out here. Obviously, the house is pretty old house, right? The paint was very much dilapidated. Now, a lot of times in construction, a lot of contractors will come out, they'll give you a quote, they'll start doing the work. Some point during the work they're going to stop and say, hey, we didn't realize this or we didn't realize that. And we take a lot of pride in not doing any kind of bait and switch. We give the quotes very accurately. They're very thorough, and even if we find something that wasn't necessarily in the original work order, and it was because of something we missed, we take responsibility for it. Now, when we started doing the work and the price that we gave you, was that your experience? Did the price change? Did we have any?
Not one dime did it change.
Not one dime, and they went above and beyond.
For instance, they fixed the two bay windows. They're on louvers. Two of the windows were broken out. And Brian took note of that, and he goes, I don't know if we can rehab those or we should replace them. I'll have the project manager make that determination. If we can repair them, we will, because we want to keep the house as original as possible. And David, one of the guys on the crew, is David and Alex.
Okay.
Sensational.
Yeah, great guys.
And I watched how he fixed the bay window, and he didn't glue it or anything like that, the wood. And he took his time, and he took all the old glass, all the old putty out of each little pane. They were, I don't know what they are, 6 by 6 inch. And went down, got the glass, cut it to fit. Everything I watched them do, and I was here every day with them because I'm going to school, because they're teaching me a lot about what they're doing. The little things like that, and they never charged me another dime for that extra work.
And it's pretty tedious works rehabbing those original wood windows. It really is.
I mean, those poor bay windows been hanging there for 80 years, and the wood is not top quality, what I would say is top quality. But
right.
He was able to nail the corner together and make it tight, and then what he did was he took the hinges, re-drilled the holes, and took the screws a little deeper to keep the hinges from, flopping like
excellent, excellent.
Just, little things like that. This guy is using his expertise. He's not waiting for a project manager to say, oh yeah, go ahead, or no, don't do that, or anything like that you would expect from another contractor. And it was just little things like that.
And it was funny because just before they got started, we were hearing horror stories.
Yeah.
And be careful who you contract, and be careful, of what they do and things like that. And I'm hearing these little horror stories and thinking, oh my God, I hope we don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
But everything went beautifully.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean,
Excellent.
It was like whatever we need done, we call them. If they can do it, you're the first that we're going to call.
We
because
take a lot of pride in our customer service. It's why our ratings stay so high. You know.
They're not high enough.
No,
The
in fact, I
ratings
was
aren't
going to
high
say,
enough.
bring me more of those. We'll line up
Yeah,
the
line
fence
the whole
with them. I
damn
mean,
fence with your sign.
we're
Right.
really happy with the work.
Excellent.
I mean,
Excellent.
Well, the outcome is self-evident.
Right. It absolutely looks amazing. It absolutely looks
This is
amazing.
100% wood outside.
Wow.
1936 redwood.
Wow.
That's how long it's been standing through earthquakes and every other thing that we've thrown at it. We've been here 30 years.
Wow.
David and Alex took some kind of caulk that they use, that you guys use. Each slat, he'd run a bead and take his finger and press it in.
Nice.
On every board on the house and the garage. And I'm standing there going, this is amazing. They didn't just shoot it and hope it sealed. They sealed every board. There were 2 boards on this side, 1.5 maybe, that he had a lumber company cut to fit because it's like a wedge. It's thicker on the bottom end than the other end, so they have to slide it up underneath each slat.
Right. Right.
They weren't ready for a couple of days, but he ordered them, knew the size, he even left me an extra one in case another one goes bad.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, even the priming, when they were doing the priming work, and I'd come home from work, I'd be, oh my God, it looks good.
Yes.
This looks good. I mean, everything was just
But
perfect.
they followed every step that Texcote requires. Because I went online, I researched this a little bit before, because
Right.
I told her, I said, I need to find out how it goes. And they had a 10-step thing. And the very first day, they dig a ditch around your house. Not really a ditch, it's just a moat. And take the dirt down below the ground level so that they can ensure that the whole thing is going to be sealed.
Correct.
And
People don't realize how important that is. When people get their houses painted, they'll paint about an inch or 2 close to the ground. That's about it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they took and overlaid around the original concrete foundation another layer of concrete around it, or stuff, or whatever material they used.
Right.
And then he primers it. They washed it all off, all the dust particles, everything. And then they put the sealer on. They could have left the house that way. It looked great.
Right.
Didn't it?
I did.
They took all the awnings off and put them out here in the front yard. And when they were finished painting the house, they went and they painted all the awnings with the Tex-Cote as well. And we looked at the original contract, and it didn't call for that. Although I told Justin, the project manager,
Right.
I'm going to keep them, put them back up. So, can we paint them? And he said, yeah, no problem. So when we gave him the final check, it's exactly what it said in the contract.
Right.
The final check.
And we did a lot of extra work, just because it's stuff that it needed, and
It was like I fell in love.
Right.
I
Right.
thought, wow, these people really
Yeah.
care. They go above and beyond,
Yeah.
and it was just, it's like, I love
Yeah.
you guys.
You can look far and wide for a ton of different painting companies. What you don't get with family home improvement is a pickup and a paintbrush.
right.
Yeah, that's what you don't get. What you get are guys who know what they're doing. They get right to work. 7 o'clock every morning they were here for 10, 11 straight days.
Yeah.
Right. That's another thing people don't realize. This process isn't like a paint job where they do it in 2 days. This is,
2
yeah.
days and
Oh my gosh, it's it's a couple weeks that we're out here working on your house.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing because we had that one time that we had to paint
Yeah.
in 3 weeks, 3 months, for now 3 years, 3 years. It's chippy,
Yeah.
and I mean, and you touch it, and you know this is not going to chip,
Right.
ever.
Right.
Yeah, it looked good for a week. And
Right.
after that, it was good.
Yeah, that's how the paint. People don't realize that in California, the EPA has taken out all the good stuff out of paint.
Yeah.
So there's really all that stuff that would withstand Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Like it's not in there anymore.
No, it
It's there's a lot of water in it. You
Because
know.
on a hard rain, which window didn't have the awning? The bedroom window doesn't have the awning. And from the inside, you could see the white trim dripping,
Right.
shading the glass. I go, oh man, this is just, I can wash it off.
Right.
This, you can't wash it off.
No, absolutely not.
And I don't know, man. I can't say enough about it.
Right.
My neighbors are beyond thrilled because they had to look at my house
Yeah.
the way it was, driving to and from work every day.
Right.
So the comments you don't want to hear, but
Now, yeah.
every
Now,
one of them didn't say, "Oh, it looks nice," or "Good job." They all said, "It's beautiful, it's spectacular, it's
yeah,
gorgeous."
yeah, it really does look good. It really does look good. Now, when I got here and we had a little bit of a conversation, you shared a very special story to me, with me about when you went to go give the final check when you were doing your little Home Depot run and decided to stop by our office because we were, just right here in Whittier. If you guys could kind of share that story, that would be amazing.
Yeah, well, first of all, you can tell, but first of all, we're very, very religious, Catholic, very religious, and he just became Catholic a year ago, Easter.
Yay!
Yes,
Yeah.
because he felt how strong my family was,
Yes.
Regarding that. So when we went, and here you go, when we went to Family Home Improvement to go pay that last check.
It was completely unexpected and unsolicited, but what happened was we lost Irma's mom in January, and 2 years prior lost her dad. And we firmly believe that they still communicate with us. They give us signs, they show us things, and it can only be explained by them looking out for us still. And we keep that mostly to ourselves. We talk about it quite often, every day. And we go into the office to give them the final check, and Tony was in the office, one of the managers, and he didn't have anybody who could accept the check and all that, but he told me that every day the crew and the office, they get together and they pray together for everybody's safety and health and their families. And that's all I needed to know, that we hired the right company. Sorry. But it's like-minded people that have the heart and belief values that we have. And like I said, the whole thing started with a gentleman coming to the gate out of the clear blue sky and asking if I wanted to paint the house. And then it evolved from that moment forward, with Brian showing up and explaining the contract and Tony putting the icing on the cake about their feelings and their faith. And I said, well, the cost of the house, the cost of the job is completely irrelevant to me at that point. It was awesome. And you guys will be in our hearts forever and ever.
We really appreciate that. We're glad we could be part of your family.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
And I will do all I can to help. Other than a sign, I'm telling everybody.
We really appreciate that. It's stories like yours and relationships like the one that we have is what really creates the bond in the community.
And that was the other thing about you guys being local. You're a 2-iron and a pitching wedge from my house.
Right.
And that again blew me away. We were getting people come soliciting around in the neighborhood, the last several years. Hey, we do painting, we do this. Oh, we're based in Torrance. We're up in Woodland Hills. You guys are right around the corner from us, basically.
Yeah. We do a nice radius around our office. We do go a little ways out, but really compared to a lot of other companies, like you're saying, like there's companies from Simi Valley that are down here doing work, and keeping it local is keep the money here. It really is a wonderful thing.
I've said it once, I've said it 100
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
We go Christmas shopping, that's what we do. Let's keep the money local.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, my God. See, like-minded people doing business together is so rare.
Absolutely.
So rare.
Absolutely.
And it's such a blessing.
Well, again, I am super grateful to be part of your guys' family, and you part of ours.
Yes.
And we're glad the experience happened so good for you, and the house looks beautiful. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to sit with me and talk with me about it a little bit. Okay, and obviously we want to do anything else that we can to help you. If there's something else down the road, then we will for sure take care.
If anybody has any doubts about the job quality for your company, you send them to my front door. I'll be happy to sit down and explain.
Thank you so much for that. All right, thank you guys.